this evening. Sorry that I'm a few minutes late here, but hopefully you're able to make this live. My name is Sarah. Yes, I'm your coffee drinking and tea leaf reader. How are you doing this evening? And we are here for this week's general weekly tea leaf reading. So this is, as always, a look at the week ahead to see whatever the universe would like us to know going forward as this week unfolds. So thank you very much for being here this evening. I'm just going to sort of hang out here and get the cup ready, get the leaves ready, while we allow some time for people to hop on the live. I do hope that you are getting notified of these lives. I know some shadow banning is kind of happening or has been happening on my channel for a little while. So if you are getting notified, thank you so much and for joining me here. And if you're not getting notified, well, that's probably the reason why. I can only imagine. So anyways, thank you for being here. And we're going to be looking again at the week ahead to see whatever the universe would like us to know. In case you're wondering what tea leaf reading really is, I would like to sort of quickly describe it in case anyone is new who is watching. And tea leaf reading really involves looking at images which are formed by tea leaves in a cup. The images all mean different things. They can be literal, symbolic, and or both. I'm just going to boil the water here in the background, so in case you're wondering, that's the noise that you're hearing right now. Steve, you're here! Thanks for being here, Steve! Oh, awesome! It actually worked! Yay! A notification actually went out. Who knew? Aw, thank you. Aw, Mom is doing very well, thank you. Actually, and Pupper, yes, Pupper is doing really well. They actually just went out for a very quick baby. We call it baby walkie. They just go run outside and quick turn around the building. But they just came back in a few minutes ago. One more time before nighttime, as we say. So, they're doing very well. Thank you. I'll for sure say hi to them for you. But thanks for being here. Thanks so much for hanging out. This is awesome. But yeah, we will be doing a quick look-see at the tea leaves and see whatever boss wants us to know and for this week ahead. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, so tea leaf reading, in case, like Steve, you know what this is. You're all had at this. But anyone who's watching, who's new to this, whether you're watching here now in the live or in the replay, I'm just going to adjust my screen here a little bit. Tea leaf reading really involves, like I just said, looking at images which are formed by tea leaves in a cup. I mean, there's different materials that you can use. Turkish coffee grounds is like a Turkish coffee reading is really well known. That's another version that is very well known actually. But that's what we do. We look at the tea leaves. Just getting the leaves here right now. So I'm gonna just get myself sorted out here. Been kind of a hot day here today in southern and southwestern Ontario. And we're supposed to be in for a lot of rain in the next couple of days. So definitely all my thoughts and prayers are with all the people, everyone who's been involved or affected by Hurricane Beryl. So we're going to be getting the tail end of that apparently. But for anyone who's been affected by that, my sincere thoughts and prayers truly are with you. Okay. So we're going to be hopefully having a very nice night that is troll free. And if they show up, well, we're just going to play Whack-A-Troll a little bit in the background. But other than that, we're going to have a really nice evening. Hopefully, we'll aim for this live to be no more than about 40 minutes or ish. I try not to go over an hour. I just feel like an hour is far too long. But I always like to aim for the tea leaf readings here to be about 20 minutes approximately, give or take. And, we always have to say, Stevie, this is all a hat, so you know all of this already. But for anyone who's watching, whether again, here in the live or in the replay, I always like to say this verbally. It's always in the description box below. Entertainment purposes only. So again, all the readings that I do offer are for entertainment purposes only. So again, please take what you will and leave what you don't. And I just hope that you enjoy your tea leaf reading. So as always, I have tea leaves in a cup. I put the hot water in. Now I'm using my phone to stream. And I have my laptop over here to the side so I can actually read the comments. I'm very short-sighted. I mean, I'm looking here in the camera. I know where it is. Everything is a blur, past, 6 inches off my hand, away from my hand. So anyway, so I'm using my laptop over here so I can actually read comments. So if you're watching live, please hop in the chat. Say hi. But anyway, all that to say is I have the leaves here. I will post pictures. I'm just going to get the cup ready right now, but I will be posting pictures as I always like to do. After this tea leaf reading is complete, I will most likely post the pictures tomorrow over in my community tab. I try and post there quite frequently, like regularly. So in case you're just curious to see what the tea leaves look like, you're always welcome to hop over to my community tab after the live and check it out and see what the leaves look like. So we are definitely back to our normal schedule this week. The past few weeks have been, well, most of June was kind of not scheduled. And it was pretty up in the air there, but we're back to our normal schedule now. So this is part of our weekly schedule where we go live on Monday evenings. And obviously this is a general weekly tea leaf reading. And on Thursday evenings, sorry, at 9 p.m. Eastern. Oh, Linda's here. Hey, Linda, thanks so much for being here. Steve just with allegedly. Oh, that would be awesome. So that would be, I mean, you know, I talk a lot, especially on these lives. Whenever I do a tea leaf reading. Can you imagine? Oh, I would be saying allegedly, like, how many times would I say that word, do you think? Probably like what? Oh, easy. Oh, probably about 500. Do you think 500? Not legal advice. Smart. Very smart. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, allegedly. Well, that's why I always like I'm very careful with my wording. Yeah, I try and be very careful with my wording. Looks like to me this is what I'm seeing. You know, I try and say that as often as I can. But yeah, that's awesome. Allegedly, that's another good one. I definitely will remember that one. Thank you very much. That's awesome. And Linda, yeah, Linda's our resident note taker. Linda, you ready? Ready with the pen and paper? She takes notes for everyone. She's awesome. Okay. Just gonna get the leaves ready right here. But yes, big long disclaimer in the description box below. So again, please take what you will and leave what you don't. But as Steve was just alluding to there, not legal advice. There's a whole long section. So if you click on the, if you look in the title under my live here, I'm still sitting sideways because of back injury, but anyway, sorry about that. But I'm still Canadian, apologizing. But anyway, under the live here, under the video, there's like the description. I think it says more. So if you click on more, it should open a big long description box. You scroll all the way down, and then there's a long disclaimer that I put in there. So again, please take what you will and what you don't. It's the short version, but yeah, not legal advice for sure. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, and I love it when everyone just chats amongst themselves in the chat. It warms my heart. And until such time that we can all hang out together at exactly the same time in the same place, this is the next best thing. So I absolutely adore it when people are chatting back and forth amongst themselves in these lives. I love it. Yeah, we're going to look and see whatever God, source, universe, the boss would like us to know for this week. Let's get this getting ready. If you hear that little noise in the background, that is Bree walking around. Let's get this cup ready. So how is everyone doing? Has everyone recovered from last week? It was a pretty crazy week. I know up here in Canada we had July the 1st, which is Canada Day. Obviously that was on Monday. And obviously for all of my American friends and in the States, that was July 4th, and that was Thursday. Sorry for the background noise here. Just pushing the leaves back down into the cup. But yeah, it was a pretty busy week for everyone. Just getting the leaves ready right now. Yes, definitely happy to be back to our normal schedule. I've had a lot going on for the past little while, and more recently as well. So sounds like things are settling down the back end around here. So we're going to be back to our normal schedule, as I was mentioning a few minutes ago. And so on Thursday, we shall be doing the viewer readings. So in case you are interested in having, as we like to call it, a taste test. I always like to use we because as far as I'm concerned, we're all doing this together. It's not never just me. That's a taste test of a tea leaf reading, and that involves a 5-minute live viewer tea leaf reading. So if you are interested in having a quick 5-minute tea leaf reading, please, live here on YouTube, please do come back here on Thursday. I have scheduled that live. I know I made a typo with the date on the thumbnail, but anyway, that is scheduled for Thursday. That's July what? Help me out here in the chat, please. The 11th, right? Yeah. So that's on the 11th at 9 p.m. So until autumn time comes, we'll be going live at 9 p.m. for right now. It just gives us all in this part of the world where we're in summer right now. It gives everyone an extra hour during the evening of daylight. So just getting the cup ready here. It's taking a little bit of time to get it ready. I think that covers all the disclaimers, right? I think so. Just getting the cup ready right now. Okay, there we go. That looks good. Usually start going quiet around now. Just focusing on making sure I'm getting everything completed correctly here in the cup. So that was loud. Push some of the leaves back down a little bit. So the process of getting the tea leaf reading ready, I mean, people, as far as I'm concerned, you can ask 10 different people and they'll tell you 10 different ways of how they read tea leaves. I myself read chronologically. That's just how I've always done it. That's how I do it. So for us, in our case, because this is a weekly reading, the rim represents, like right now, being Monday, and around sorry, the chats are blocking off part of my view there, but around the middle of the cup represents around Wednesday, approximately, and the base is more of the distant future. So it's like now on the way in later. So in our case, the base is like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday heading into next week. Okay. So thank you again for being here. I so appreciate it. Now, I haven't looked at the number. I can't see it from my screen right now, but I think we're at are we still at 510? 510 subs. Are we still at 510? Last time I checked, I think we were at 510. So to everyone who's been subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, joining in the lives, joining into the chat, thank you so much, everyone, for all of your help. We are over 500 subs. It sounds like we're sort of steady. We've hit that mark and we're over it now, like for sure. So again, we need to plan a party. I know I keep talking about it, but we have to set a date. So if anyone has any ideas, suggestions, please throw them into the chat. Send me an email, post it in the comment section. I would absolutely love to hear all of your ideas and your thoughts and suggestions about how we can celebrate. Maybe I'm thinking of doing like a special live. I think that would be like a lot of fun. So we'll have to come up with some ideas. So if you have any suggestions at all, please let me know, because I want to hear your input, because this is a group effort. We need to celebrate together. So please let me know. Okay, so I have the cup here. I'm just going to turn it around 4 times. Usually 3 times, sometimes 4 times. Always clockwise. Always clockwise. If you do energy work, you will know. Clockwise reinforces, the motion of clockwise reinforces, whereas counterclockwise, counter sunwise, that sort of resets, or that sort of does it like a reset, but clockwise sunwise reinforces. So always clockwise. Allegedly. Michelle. Well, hello, Michelle. Thanks so much for being here. Lovely to see you. Just straining any excess liquid out of the cup. Years ago, not when I was first doing it, years ago, I would always explain the process of how I prepare a cup for tea leaf reading before I would prepare the cup for tea leaf reading. And I stopped doing it very soon, within a very short period of time, because it just sounds so complicated. There's a lot of words to be said during the process of explaining it. But anyway, so all of that to say is I'm now just getting the cup ready. I've swirled the cup. I've already said all my prayers, set my intentions, swirled it, upturned it, and now this is what I like to do. I'm being very careful not to disturb any of the leaves that are in here. I'm just absorbing with my Kleenex here, my tissue, any excess liquid. This prevents pooling in the base, which would therefore change the images in the base. I just prefer to avoid that whenever possible. That's what I'm doing right now. So again, a big thanks to everyone who's new here, who has been here for a long time. Appreciate each and every one of you. You're really helping this channel to grow. I know everyone always says it online and whenever they have a channel, but it's so true. Like any form of interaction, a sub, a like, a share, a comment, they all sound very small. They seem like very small things, but they really help with the algorithms and help the channel to grow. So thank you very much. Okay. Of course, if you'd like to help the channel more, shameless plug here. I'm available for private readings. I do have a Patreon, very much a work in progress, and also the Ko-fi account. All of those links are in the description box below. So thank you. Okay, everyone ready? Okay. I know last week we had quite a few trolls. So far the chat seems very, very good, very clear of said trolls. So I'm actually going to leave the screen facing me so I just can kind of keep an eye on it. But I'm going to be doing the tea leaf reading right now. So again, if you have any questions about the tea leaf reading, maybe hold them to the end of the live. You're also welcome to email me anytime at all. Just send me a message. And I look forward to hearing from you. And I hope that you enjoy the tea leaf reading. Okay, so some, none, or all of this information may resonate with you. Completely normal and to be expected. It's a general weekly tea leaf reading, right, Steve? Allegedly. So again, please take what you will, leave what you don't. And I really hope that you enjoy this tea leaf reading and that you find it to be helpful for you. Okay, everyone ready? Let's go. Okay, so aim for about 20 minutes or so. All right, here we go. Oh, sorry. Totally forgot there. So I always like to show you the pictures. I'd like to show you the pictures, or rather show you the leaves right there. This is, you're taking a first look at it. I have not even really looked at this in any detail, believe it or not. I don't like to do that until I begin reading. Okay, here we go. So it looks like right now, let's do a quick look and see. Usually go quiet around this time. Start focusing. Sort of there. 1, 2. Yeah. 3. I'm going to say there's likely right now, allegedly, 3 to 4 events or situations taking place right now. Entertainment purposes only here. 3 to 4 events or situations taking place right now where things are calm and clear and quiet, and we're happy with that, and or we want things to get moving a little bit more. Definitely one though. Like there's like one of those is more significant than the others. Now, oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so we have a layout that we do often see where we have one main event or situation that's being shown in the cup. It's comprising almost half of the cup. No, it is. It is. Yeah, it is actually. Rephrase. It does comprise half of the cup. So it is very significant, whatever this event or situation is pertaining to. Generally speaking, overall, the qualities and or characteristics being shown in here for this main event include, it's about 50-50. There's a lot of conversations, thoughts, ideas, things up in the air, words, ideas, conversations, things of that nature, as discussions, as well as some surprises on the way, knowing where we stand, having clarity. So it's like there's like a pretty much again a half and half scenario involving that scenario involved like both of those qualities in equal measure. Okay, aside from that, we do have an idea, a significant opportunity, an idea, a new concept that's being contemplated or formed or presented in some way, shape, or form. This is just a very basic overview, then we'll go into more detail in like 2 seconds. A bit more than that. But this significant idea is related to an event or situation that's actually taking place right now. Now, what's taking place right now is it involves that situation. Now, the situation taking place right now may not seem very significant, but it leads to this new idea, essentially, is what I've just mentioned. Now, also we have a much smaller event, idea, situation, new opportunity being contemplated as well. That one is, sorry, 1 second. They are both related to the main event or situation. However, like I said, there's one that's more significant or important or impactful, much more so than the other one. Now, the smaller of the two has more involved. There's more detail, more level of details. How you doing, Linda? Right with your writing. There's more involved. There's more details involved with it. But it's almost like it's more concrete. It's more present. It's a bit unique as well. Okay. Aside from all of that, we definitely have 1, 2. We're gonna say 3, 4. I'm going to say 5 events or situations where things are relatively quiet throughout this week. So we almost have an equal balance, and there seems to be a theme already, like two instances here of like balance. So another equal balance here of all of this busyness with this new, with these opportunities and this main eventer situation, as well as quietness, things being quiet. So in other words, we have the ability, we have the opportunity to pace ourselves throughout this week as the week unfolds, to focus on what we need to focus on with this main eventer situation, and pace ourselves very nicely. Exciting. We also have what looks to be an event or situation, but most likely a trip planned, being shown, being presented around Thursday. It takes place around Thursday and actually leads into the it leads into the base, which is this weekend and heading into next week. So some of us may be going on some form of holiday or trip or travel in some way, shape, or form around Thursday and certainly into this weekend, possibly longer. Now, I know obviously it's holiday season, but if you've watched any of my lives for the past little while, it's kind of rare to see a travel being indicated, certainly to this extent. So that's exciting. If that is you, I hope that you enjoy your trip. Let's look at this main eventer situation, beginning at the beginning up here. Keep hitting the laptop. That's what you keep hearing. So that extra background noise. Okay. This main eventer situation, now we're going into more details here, now that we've done an overview. This main eventer situation has 3 different steps, stages, beginnings, you could almost say. One part starts, and then the next part starts around Tuesday, and then the next part starts Tuesday as well. So it's almost like later in the day on Tuesday, I would even say, heading into Wednesday. So it's almost like 3 different parts to it. But it's all combined. It's all part of the same scenario. So the one that begins the start, like the first one that starts. Oh, Linda, you're awesome. Okay, so a theme, like I said, is this 50-50, this equal balance. I'm having more of a balance this week. Another theme that we also have is new opportunities, new beginnings, things of that nature. Because even aside from the 2 ideas that I mentioned that are being presented, like around, like now, most likely Tuesday, this main event does begin, like this first part of the 3, does begin with specifically 3 as well. Events, scenarios, opportunities, ideas, pick your word. But 3 of those scenarios being present. 3 new opportunities. There's one that may not be as obvious as the other 2, but it is more clearly formed. Specifically regarding that one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aspects to it. Actually 6, but there's 4 main ones and 2 small ones that are involved in that scenario, followed by 2 other smaller ones, which are significant in and of themselves. They're just nowhere near as large as the one that I just mentioned. I'm not going to attempt, I never like to be repetitive. Margaret Shiro. Hi, I'll miss half of this. Oh, hi, Margaret. It's okay. We're still at the beginning. Typical Sarah. Aim for 20 minutes, 50 minutes later. No, Margaret, you're all good. No, you're all good. We're still at the beginning. We're still at the start. We're just up here. We're actually just looking at these leaves right up here. This is where we're looking right now. But thank you for being here, Margaret. It's awesome to see you again. Okay. The 2 themes so far are, like, again, this balance, this 50-50, and also new opportunities being presented. That is like a main theme that I'm definitely seeing, like, for tomorrow for sure, allegedly. This first of the 3 opportunities involves some kind of Receiving good things. New creative projects, yes. Person, place, or thing with a letter L. L, letter L, that's involved. Letter I, possibly, and letter C. I, C, and or L. In that regards, in that situation, this all has to do with this new opportunity that's being presented right now, very soon. It also involves positive, good to see, positive changes, transitions, new opportunities, transformations, positive changes. Also involves like something new, an announcement of something positive. Documents and or paperwork, possibly education involved in some way, shape, or form, as well as taking some time out for our own self-care, like really. But it's interesting because even though we're taking this time out, like to be quiet, going within, shadow work, inner work, call it what you will, pick your word, there's actually a lot of action, momentum, speed, action that's involved with that. So it's like even though we're sort of being calm, there's a lot of movement that's involved in that scenario. It's the best way that I can describe that. But again, we have this like receiving a document, receiving paperwork, receiving something to that effect. Again, this could even be possibly legal, possibly education. But there's this really good announcement that's involved with that scenario. So that's really good, I would say. And again, this is all to do with education, a document in some way, shape, or form. Okay. A reminder that the angels are around us. In my opinion, we always have boss's protection anyway, but nice reminder to see that anyway. As well as a positive partnership, and again, this unconventional stability. Okay, in case you're wondering what I mean by unconventional stability, for example, paint boxes, you sell them online, you make money. Unconventional, but it works. Stability. So we do have that in being indicated here, as well as more of a conventional, quote, normal stability as well that's being presented. Reassurance is being shown regarding that as well. Another letter C, person, place, or thing. Letters are always people, places, or things, as far as I'm concerned, when I read to these. That's just me. As well as a Scorpio connection. This is likely to do with someone who is that sign. But again, this could very well be indicating, I'm no astrologer, nor a numerologist, but this could also very well be indicating, again, changes, transformation, new beginnings, new opportunities, like things along those lines. Okay. A lot of conversations, ideas, like there's a lot of conversations, as well as possibly money that's involved in this individual scenario when this new opportunity is sort of concludes very much in the short term. I would say it more or less concludes around tomorrow and heading into Wednesday, I would say. Looks positive. Bit of a glass half full versus glass half empty scenario, but also positive messages, news, information, things along those lines. Abundance and prosperity. Nice to see. I haven't seen a lot of trees lately on TVs, but it's good. Letter E, person, place, or thing that's involved. Bit of a surprise that's involved with that situation. Sorry, back injury. Still a little bit sore. Again, looks like a bit of a flurry of activity tomorrow and heading into Wednesday in regards to this individual portion of this scenario. That looks positive. Looks good. There's a loving and harmoniousness with this, but again, there's a bit of a glass half full versus glass half empty that's involved, situation kind of involved, but it looks like it's a positive scenario. Positive changes. There's likely a Scorpio connection, Scorpio relevance. Whether this is again whether this is referencing an actual like someone who is Scorpio, and or the qualities and or characteristics of Scorpio. That's present. Lots of conversations, things up in the air a little bit, but also again, this could either be referencing money and or conversations. Okay. doing a look-see in this one area, and I'm seeing much of the same indications for like references for everything that I've just said. So I'm just not wanting to be like ultra repetitive here, but I keep seeing the same kind of the same references here. So that's good to see. Okay, some of us may be thinking of moving as well, and that's related to everything that we've just said. And if so, this is likely taking place tomorrow. I'm not saying that you're moving in tomorrow. Maybe. But I would say this is more likely like things are coming along very well with this house or this property move, or you're thinking of renting, or there's a connection with property in some way, shape, or form. And it's shaping up very, like it's coming along very nicely. It's coming into fruition very nicely. I wouldn't say that's like 100% ready yet, but maybe 70 to 80% ready. And that's related to the third smaller opportunity that I mentioned at the beginning of this entire scenario. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, just this all has to do with new opportunities. I keep seeing it. Allegedly. Reminders of angelic assistance being present. Really nice to see that as always. Okay, looking here, Tuesday heading into Wednesday, approximately. Okay, we also have a Libran connection. Again, I'm no astrologer, but we have a Libran connection on Tuesday, I would say. So again, that's someone that's either someone who is that sign and or the qualities of that sign being present. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is like all to do with like on Tuesday, like tomorrow, from what I'm seeing in here. There's something that happens, positive movement forward. There's a new idea, a new concept, a new opportunity that's being presented or being thought about, being contemplated. Pick your word. And this all has to do with positive movement forward, things going very well, nothing holding us back, uninhibited, very like feeling very good, feeling very positive, things going ahead very, very nicely. And like it looks really good from what I'm seeing. This involves likely Dragonfly, you're here. Thanks so much for being here, Dragonfly. Everyone, Dragonfly is here. Dragonfly is my beautiful moderator. So let's just take a quick minute here to give her a big round of applause and a big, big thank you for being here, because Dragonfly can never do any of these lives without you. She makes sure that the chat is always nice and clean in the background, and she's awesome. So big thanks for being here, Dragonfly. Thanks for being here. So this going for whatever it is that we want to have on like tomorrow, this involves someone who is a woman. There's likely two people involved, but for sure, I would say for sure one who is a woman. Helpful individual in some way, shape, or form. Partnership as well that's present. Abundance and prosperity, yes, and that results in and of itself with a new opportunity. Okay. Let's head down a little bit further, heading into Wednesday. Oh yeah, happy faces, happy faces, happy faces. Almost like we're crying happy tears as well. Looks like Wednesday is shaping up to be a very, very good day. I will take that. I will absolutely take that. Very interesting over here. So what do we have here? So, it's almost like Wednesday heading into Thursday. Again, if there's some kind of property connection, again, whatever that may be pertaining to, it looks like it's shaping up, looking good right now. Just not at this as of now, as of later, not 100% ready to move forward. But did you just see that orb? Am I the only one who just saw that when I just looked up now? If you're watching and you're still in the chat listening to me like ramble on here, did you just see that? Please let me know if you did. That's just really cool if you did. But it looks like whatever this property is referencing, it looks like it's coming along very nicely. It's just not 100% ready to move ahead as of yet, but it's beautifully in process. Dragonfly, thank you. Yes, you did. Because I just looked up and I was like, oh, did I see that? Because everything is blurry with my eyesight. Very short-sighted. That is so cool. Well, thank you. We have protection. Maybe that's why we don't have any little body things in the chat tonight. Cool. Angelic assistance. Thank you. So what else do we have here? Wednesday heading. So basically Wednesday looks like a lot of happy faces, a lot of smiles. Very good day. We do have some surprises, specifically one that again has that Scorpio connection that I keep seeing. What, like 3 or 4, like at least 2 or 3 times now I've seen Scorpio. Reassurance is also being indicated, generally speaking, as well as getting things organized, yes, and also like going for whatever it is that we want to have, not being held back. This action, momentum, speed, motion, going for whatever it is that we want to have. Just life force and vitality, those qualities being present. Okay, so then we have letter L, person, place, or thing. That's being shown here around Wednesday. That involves stability as well. Connection with house, property yet again. Surprise, surprise, new opportunities. Oh, cool, Steve. Thank you. That's cool. The one that I saw was behind me, like over here. That's the bit that I saw anyway when I just glanced up. Thanks, Steve, for checking. I really appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Cool. So then let's go into on Wednesday and Thursday. Letter M, person, place, or thing. Letter M, likely a person, actually. Interesting. There could even be like a watery connection with that. It could be referencing something that physically has to do with water, and or someone who is a water sign astrologically. This could also very well be referencing like getting something, getting news as well, receiving communications. Again, letter M, as well as the letter W. Pardon me, that's also involved. Writing is involved in that scenario as well. Abundance and prosperity. It's positive. It's good. Yeah. That also involves writing in some way, shape, or form. So whether this is like manuscripts, documents, like some form of writing, whether this is like anything from writing a book, but most likely education and or documents, paperwork in some way, shape, or form. Overall, there's a lot of conversations still taking place throughout this entire week. Reassurance also again being indicated, which is just nice to see. Helpful individual, likely a woman, being present in some way, shape, or form. That has to do with a new opportunity with the letter C that's involved. There's like an innocence, a childlike innocence that's involved in that situation, generally speaking, as well as mostly really though, using our intellect, using our intelligence and using our intellect essentially. Independent thinking, thinking for ourselves, thinking uniquely. Now heading into Friday rather. Again, lots of happy faces. It looks like we're happy this week. I will take that for sure. There's open communication between two people, I would say on Friday. Likely the letter V is involved, like letter V is involved in some way, shape, or form. Stability is in regards to that situation. And I would say we're actually crying happy tears with that. Bit of a glass half full versus glass half empty, but like we're crying happy tears. It looks like a good situation. Abundance and prosperity is also involved at around that time. and that specifically in regards to receiving communications, receiving messages about the Homelander family, and its has relevance with, oh my gosh, I can think, education and or documents. Again, it seems to be a theme this week. And there's also an Aries and or a Taurus connection that's involved in that general scenario as well. There's likely 4 different aspects to that, like 4 different documents, 4 pieces of paperwork, things along those lines. Again, open communication. We have we have at least 2 instances of open communication. Okay, at least 3 now that I'm seeing between 2 individuals. One significant conversation though. Letter D and or B, I would say, is also present in that scenario. Again, so taking some time up for our own self-care by Friday. Like after a busy week, we're just relaxing, saying enough, no more. We're taking it easy. There's a lot of conversations, lots of ideas taking place around that as well. But messages is a theme as well. I keep seeing that. Okay, throughout this entire week. Okay, so then heading into Friday, that's Friday, heading into the weekend. Now, quickly digressing to this travel scenario taking place around Thursday and Friday. It is related to this main event or situation. Again, we have this independent thought, independent thinking, using our intellect that's involved. Likely has a Scorpio connection yet again involved. That involves reassurance as well as writing. It's a very positive scenario. It looks very like childlike, innocence, having fun, frivolity, having a good time. Yeah. Yeah. It looks good. Seems like even though it's a very, very busy and slightly chaotic week but it's in a good way. I would say generally speaking. We have a loving and or harmonious scenario that's involved in this travel. Now, if it isn't travel, then it's another situation, but to me, I'm seeing it as being more travel. And there's a small, minor conclusion that's involved in this overall situation. We have let's see, more reassurance being indicated. Happiness, jumping for joy, dancing, having fun. Loving scenario, positive scenario. Partnerships is present. And in approximately, let's count, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say definitely 4, allegedly 4 different ways. In 4 different ways, this travel scenario leads into the base, which is more this weekend and heading into next week. Very similar to this entire week, but even busier. So it looks like this weekend, like I just said, will be busier than this week, but we are able to pace ourselves within the busyness. We'll have small pockets where there's a bit of downtime, but there's a lot happening at the same time. Specifically in regards to one scenario that involves a positive partnership. It's a very, very happy situation, a lot of happy smiles, new opportunity that's being presented, open communication between at least 2 individuals. There is likely, well, there's at least one other. But it looks like that even may be regarding like moving, like you actually may be thinking seriously, like seriously thinking of moving, like ready to sign on the dotted line almost, like seriously contemplating moving. Okay. Lots of open communication being present. A new creative project, a new creative venture in some way, shape, or form. This involves a man and forward move, like there's nothing being held back. So whatever the creative project rather is referencing, it looks to be to me a good scenario. Forward movement, nothing, no, it's good. There's forward movement with that. It's good. Nothing stopping. There's no hindrance with that. And it's forming very nicely, I would say, as of now. There's likely a woman involved in that situation as well. Abundance and prosperity. Helpful, with lots of helpful people. Lots of helpful people. Also, we have a scenario that involves unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship. Just very, very, very loving, very sweet. There's a sweetness and innocence to this. And there's a helpful individual involved. Looks very positive. And also, there's a version in here of a keyhole. I'm always very excited and happy whenever I see keyholes. We'll wrap this up very, very, very soon. But keyholes to me in tea leaf reading, this is just purely just me. Purely just me. To me, they symbolize like we're ready to go. So we have all the materials that we need to unlock or open said door to new opportunities. It's like a very positive change is being presented, and we have everything that we need to do it. We just have to put the key in the keyhole, turn it, open the door, and then there we go. So it looks like there's a very good scenario that's being present. We're ready to go. Whatever this is referencing, for whomever, it's like a message of inspiration, essentially, boiling it right down into an essence of a few words. Very good scenario here. Like we're ready to go. There's nothing holding you back. It's like if you want it, it's yours for the taking, and just go for it. So definitely a message of inspiration there. So I hope that that's helpful for you. I think we're going to end it there. This went a bit over time. So thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out here this long. And again, I hope that you enjoyed that tea leaf reading. So again, I will be posting pictures on the community tab, most likely tomorrow. Again, I always say this. I like to post the pictures on the community tab before I post, like, publish the recording, make it going, send it out to everyone, because that way people can reference the pictures if they wish to. Oh, thank you so much, Dragonfly. Thank you so much for that comment. That's very kind of you. Well, thank you for being here. Well, everyone, let's wrap it up there. That was definitely a bit longer than I had planned, but I want it to be as thorough as possible. And as you can tell, I'm really holding myself back because it's very easy. Like we could sit here easily for an hour just going over these leaves alone, but I always like to just give us a little bit of a snapshot just to see whatever the boss wants us to know. So I really hope that you enjoy this tea leaf reading this evening. Thanks so much, Steve. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out here. That was really sweet of you for hanging out here this long and for joining this live. Really appreciate it. And I always dislike ending it because I know people are on the chat chatting back and forth, having fun, and I never like to end that conversation. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if this resonates, please let me know. Whether you send me an email, message me, whatever. Love to hear. Linda, wow, I have to rewatch and check for the orb and notes. That's awesome. Yes, Linda, our resident note taker, Linda. Oh, that's awesome. And yeah, the orb, that was really cool. And that was very interesting, Steve, because I would not have gone back to, I probably would not have gone back to find it. So you said that you saw it going between me and the camera. That's really cool. That's awesome. Thanks for doing that. Well, everyone, have a great evening. Thank you for being here. We are back to our normal schedule. I already scheduled it. I know I have to change the thumbnail, put the wrong date on the thumbnail, I know. But we are going to be back here again on Thursday. That's July the 11th. Right? Yeah, the 11th. Thank you, ma'am. So that's at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you'd like to have a quick 5-minute tea leaf reading on Thursday, please do come back. We will be doing a maximum of 3 readings that evening. Thank you so much, Margaret, for being here. Good night to you too. Good night to you too. And have an amazing week. Have an amazing few days. We'll be back again here on Thursday. If anything ever changes, I always post in my community tab before I go live, anywhere from like an hour to a few hours ahead, just to confirm that I am going live or not, because it's been kind of up in the air for a long time. Thanks, Steve. Have a good night to you too. Night, everyone. Have a great evening, and we'll see you again here on Thursday. And cannot wait to chat again with you very, very soon. Thanks so much, Linda. Night, everyone. Bye. Thanks for being here. Have a great night.